Hello, welcome back. So let's have a quick look at some of these videos. They're very early, but I thought it's probably my best opportunity to make a video this early in the morning, just before the rest of the madness begins. So over the night we have seen some horrendous stuff take place for the alts and Bitcoin actually. So Bitcoin broke down under these moving averages here, finding an actual rejection at 11,200, which is a pretty strong support for it. The fact that it's come down that far that fast would suggest to me that it actually probably has a bit further to fall. It's been rejected from there and bought straight back up, but it's not good enough for me actually. Looking at it now, there's plenty of room to move down. I'm pretty sure that this one's coming down again. Let's have a look at these lower time frames. Lower time frames would say plenty of room to move down actually. So yeah, it's not only the 11,200 to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. That was certainly going to break. When that comes down, we're going to find ourselves incrementally falling around about $400 a time, and if it can hold its value of 10,500, great. But if it can't, then we'll be back down to the 9,000s before you know it. Yeah, every indicator on Bitcoin suggests that there's further to fall. Let's just have a look at the weekly. Weekly disagrees with me, but that can change. The RSI is at the highest critical point here, and actually, just as we started to speak, this weekly candle is beginning to turn red. So it's not looking too good for Bitcoin. And what's that done to the alts in general? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just have a quick look at the alts in general. They are dying. They are all dying, and I'm talking big ones. Look at the state of EOS. EOS has just been absolutely demolished. I did a video weeks ago saying that someone asked me to make a video, and I remember putting, in fact they're probably still on here, the support levels that I had, and I said, you know, these will be the two levels here. See if they're still on here. If they're now, let's have a look at the daily. No, they're not here. But anyway, if you're interested, you go have a look at the video. I didn't expect it to go down this low. This was my area here, around 5.1. Now the fact that it's broken that, I mean, we're making brand new lows on EOS. It's destruction, and I'll tell you who's also been destroyed. XRP. XRP has been annihilated last night. The 33 cent. I mean, this coin at the end of the last bull run was a champion. And now it reminds me actually of Germany in the World Cup this last time round, getting booted out before they even got to the final 16. Just mind-boggling. Anyway, let's have a look at the coins that we like to look at, which is Matic and Btt token. So Matic could not escape a lot of this, but what Matic has also done, we'll go to the Bitcoin pairing. Matic looks like, in a way, that perhaps it's bottomed out eventually. It had to bottom out at some point, but you know, that might still go down. But the fact that these other coins have been dragged down so far, Matic has been dragged down a long way already, and we found a bounce here at 120 satoshis, or just under, because this is where we had a bounce before. We had a bounce on 120 satoshis here, so we're bouncing again. We're not bouncing quite as hard. But also the market has been dragged down, so that might be a reason why we haven't found a giant bounce like the ones we found here. Perhaps this is a new area to build upon. I think with the Bitcoin dominance being as it is, it's going to keep us down here in the dungeon for a little longer. But if we come back down to test 120 satoshis and bounce from it again, then maybe, you know, this would be a good sign. Personally, I don't want to get too excited over Matic. It's definitely still on a downwards trend. We broke this downwards trend, but we're now creating a new downwards trend. So, and all moving averages are facing down. This is on the daily. Let's have a look on the 4 hourly. 4 hourly, we're making small sort of moves above these moving averages, but they are all still moving down, and the most important one, the 200 EMA, is moving down still, and we're way away from that. We'd need to break above that, and that to turn around really, to show any kind of sign of progressive moves. But with the market as it is, like I say, the market is pulling all these alts down, and even though it looks like we've bottomed out and we're making bounces, we're not going to be able to grow at any significant rate with this coin. Let's go back to the Satoshi values on a lower time frame. So yeah, it's just down, and with Bitcoin moving now, so we find a little pump, that's fine, but we're coming back down again. This is on the tether pairing. So yeah, it's not looking great, but Satoshi values look a lot better. Obviously, they would. In fact, from what I think the Satoshi values right now are up about 15-16%. Price-wise, what we really obviously need to do is need to make it above this area here, which has now become a resistance, which is $17.50, the $1.75. This is what happens when you make videos so early in the morning. $1, 1 penny, 1 cent, 0.745. Right, I need to get a coffee. Alright, guys. Right, okay, so we need to break above that. If we break above that, then we could start talking about perhaps making our way back up to 2 cents, but that is quite a way off at the moment, and the way these moves are being created at the moment, they're big bounces and sell-offs. That's the nature of Matic. Right, let's move on to another coin here. So we'll start with a tether pair, and we're on. I don't know why this is here. I delete this every day. It always comes back. Okay, so BitTorrent token really suffering. Actually broken these supports here, which is unfortunate. Really, it's moving alongside Bitcoin, so it's actually mimicking the moves. It's not finding the same bounces that Matic has, for instance. It has been brought down a good about 10% actually in this last move, so pretty much equal to Bitcoin's moves. The relative strength is now beginning to buckle slightly, and if this area does break and it does make a continuation to the downside, we could look at revisiting new lows. Really, it's a very difficult one to say. Our Satoshi value is back down at 9, which is our new sort of most recent low, so yeah, not looking too strong there. Just have a quick look at lower time frames. So 4 hourly. Underneath all moving averages, and they have all begun to slope down, so that would suggest a little bit more down to the downside. Indicators still say a little bit more to the downside, but they will at some point pick up, actually at some point today, so depends on Bitcoin obviously, because whatever Bitcoin does, this coin's going to do. It's not like Matic, it works. This one is now trending alongside Bitcoin's moves, and indicators on the Satoshi would suggest that yeah, there is actually maybe perhaps a new low to be met. We might be looking at 8 Satoshis at some point soon. Anyway, I hope that was interesting. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a nice day, a better day than an altcoin, for instance. And leave a comment down below, and yeah, like I say, have a very nice day. I'm going to go get myself a nice hot strong coffee. Take it easy. Goodbye.